This game was played between two beginner chess players in Dubai in 2003. Tarish Aysha is playing the white side and Szabo Leontina is playing the black side. Forgive me if I butcher their names, but I will put their names in the title to the video so that way we can see what their names really are, in case I messed it up or something. Alright, so let's play this game out. As we can see here, move 7 has been reached, and we are very familiar with this position. Now typically we study the rook out to e1. Here white plays something different, bishop out to e3. Now we have not covered this move before, but it is indeed playable. It does end up doubling white's pawns in the center of the board. Now a pawn structure is more of an advanced concept, but sometimes doubling the pawns is a weakness and sometimes it's a strength. And right here, the doubling of the pawns is a strength because it gives white more central control. Black continues with knight to a5, which is a great idea. The bishop on c4 is controlling a great amount of space. In fact, it's controlling more space than the knight was on c6. It is also targeting this weakest point, the f7 pawn. So by trading the knight for the bishop, black gains king security and also takes away some of white's spatial control. Now here, white plays bishop out to b5. That's not the best move. He should have played his bishop out to b3, but instead he plays it out to b5, and now black can attack the bishop with his pawns and gain more queenside space. Earlier on, I talked about how the player who controls the most space becomes the attacker. This concept includes queenside space, central space, and the kingside space. Now moving pawns in front of your king is not good because it makes your king easier to attack. Therefore, focus on gaining space only on the queen side and in the center. Now we see b4. So black has gained much queenside space and is using that to force white's knight to a worse square where it controls even less space. So that's a good idea. Knight e2, now we have a knight to g4. And this is a mistake. The knight is a hanging piece, and white can simply win it. The idea behind this move was probably to attack the e3 pawn. The attack does not work. Instead, what black should have done was to take the bishop on b3. Now white can simply capture the knight and is up material. The game continues with knight to h2, which is a great idea. Now this is a concept that we have not yet talked about. But when you are up material and winning, trading off pieces will help you simplify the game and make winning a lot easier. Bishop to d7, great move. When you are down material, you don't want to trade off your remaining pieces. You want to keep the game as complicated as possible so that you have the best chances to make a comeback. White plays d4, good move, gaining more central space, and queen out to g5, attacking the e3 pawn, great idea. White continues with rook to e1, which is a huge mistake. Instead, what white should have done was play the rook out to f3 to defend the pawn and also to defend against any bishop to h3 attacks. That would have been the correct defense. Instead, we see rook to e1, which does not defend the pawn and also allows bishop to h3. Now this rook on e1 cannot defend the g2 pawn, and it can't move to f3 to attack the bishop. Now you would not want to attack the bishop without first defending g2, but the rook on e1 is not defending anything. It is a really bad square for the rook. Now black is threatening checkmate in just one move. Now g3 is played. g3 is not the best. This actually would lead to a checkmate in 4 moves. It is pretty complicated, and the beginner chess players missed it also, but I want to show it to you. Here black can win by playing queen e3 check, and notice that the king cannot move here or here because of the bishop, and can't move here because of the queen. So the only square for the king is h1. And now queen e4 check, and knight to f3, just trying to throw a piece in front of the check to block it. Black can simply take the piece, king g1, and then we have queen to g2, checkmate. So that is a checkmate by force. Instead, black misses it and plays a knight out to c6. Now white defends against a checkmate with bishop to d5, great idea, and it also pins the knight to the rook, winning material. So that is an awesome idea. Well, it doesn't quite win material, because black could defend it with his bishop. But in the actual game, it does end up winning material. Now here, if black were to take on e3 check, and we try to go through this mating attack again, well, it doesn't work because the queen cannot capture the pawn since it's defended by the bishop. And that's how it stops the checkmate. Now knight e7. So white just captures the rook, free material. And then we see knight out to g6. Now queen takes e3 doesn't work again because the bishop is still defending the e4 pawn. So black instead plays knight out to g6, just looking to go out with this all-out attack on white's king. Alright, so white captures material, and in fact white is getting a bit too greedy here. There is another checkmate here that black could play, because white is just capturing too much material and is not taking the time to defend his king. By capturing this pawn, black could have played queen takes e3, king h1, and now bishop to g2 checkmate. The knight defends the bishop, and the queen guards all those squares, so the king cannot move anywhere because it is currently under attack, and anywhere that it moves to, it will be captured. So that would be a checkmate. Unfortunately, black misses the checkmate, but continues to bravely fight on despite being down a lot of material. Bishop to h3, setting up another checkmate idea. If black can, he would want to play something like queen to g5 check, and then come down here with a checkmate. Now knight to, let's see what happens next. Knight to f3, a fatal mistake, leading to checkmate in just 3 moves. Queen to g4 check, king f2, and queen g2 checkmate. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have learned a lot from this course, and that you check out my YouTube channel as well for more educational and free videos. My username is Chess64.